Everybody, this is Eddie coming to you from Flagstaff, Arizona with another video here. Hey, it's Tuesday morning, bright and early. Was thinking about pumping out a video, kind of what to talk about, and I ended up turning on some video to watch and listen and gain some knowledge. And I started thinking about what was being said. What was being said kind of triggered something to me, and it took me back to when I went to my second year of college down in Mesa Community College in Mesa, Arizona. And I took a philosophy class, and that was probably one of the best classes I ever taken. And the professor there was awesome. His name was Robert W. Smith, and his philosophy that he handed out, that he shared, that he lived by was today's important because I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. And his whole mentality behind that was he gave himself to live to the age of 80. He knew the exact number of days, included the leap years, in all that, until he turned 80. And he knew the countdown. You ask him any day, he knew how many days he had left until then. But the concept behind that is you will not get back today. You will not be able to come back today and change today's actions. You definitely can't go back yesterday, but you can have an influence over tomorrow based on today's actions. And I started thinking about some of the things that have happened to me and people I've come in contact with in the past year. And I was talking to one guy, and one guy asked me, he says, "Eddie, why'd you quit hot shotting?" And this guy, he's a realtor. He has his own businesses. He does several things, and he's an ex-hot shot as well. And he says, "Why did you leave hot shotting?" He said, "I know if you would have stayed, you would have your own hotshot crew. You would have had your own hotshot crew by now. You might be bumped up to an AFMO, FMO on some district somewhere." He says, "I never wondered, or I never knew why you left." And I told him, I said, I did not want to be a part-time dad. I did not want to be gone 6 months out of the year, and then in the off season commit to training and miss out on my kids. I was fortunate enough as a kid to have my dad around me. Like our passion was baseball. That was our passion. That was our bond. That was our tie. Or anything I did with sports, he would be there to watch me, coach me, kind of critique, and so on and so forth, and help me grow to be better in that aspect. And started thinking about it, and I said, I did not want to be a part-time dad. You cannot get back yesterday. I didn't want to get a phone call saying your son did this or your daughter did that, or gosh, you should have been there, or I wish you were here, or Dad, I miss you. It would have been great to have you there. I know you're out fighting fires. I know you're making money, but been nice to have you at my first play. It would have been nice to have you here at my baseball game, my softball game, basketball game, soccer game, no matter what it is. And because of that, I chose to leave. I worked with many unhappy people, with many men that were a lot older, had been in the business or been in the career for some time, that were seeing their daughters, their sons graduate from high school, in their whole life since they were 18 committed to fires. And this is no disrespect to anybody in that aspect or anybody that's committing themselves to that, but I did not want to get that phone call. I did not want to hear how my son did this or my daughter did that. I wanted to be a part of it. And within 1 year of me leaving the Forest Service and walking away from hot shotting, which was very hard for me because it was a big passion of mine, 1 year later gave me my why. I was sitting out in front, my front yard with my son, playing and horsing around. Hadn't learned to walk yet. He was struggling, this big old bobblehead. And finally I sat there and I watched him take his first step. And it was me and him in the front yard. His mom and sister were inside. And I got to see him take his first step. And when that happened, the first thing I did was I called to find out where the crew was at, the crew that I had been on, to figure out where they were at, and they were out on a fire somewhere, or they were working, or I would have been working that day. And it might not have been that day he would have taken his first step, it might have been another day, but the chances of me missing it were pretty great. And because I chose to change it, I chose to walk away from something that was real good, that was passionate. I had something that had more passion to me. Because of walking away from hot shotting, I got to see my son take his first step. I was able to coach my daughter in All-Star Little League 2 years. Been able to coach my son in Little League baseball. I've been able to take them hunting, been able to take them camping, been able to take them hiking. I've been able to wake up in the morning and make them breakfast before they even get up. Those are little things you can't get back. So what you do today is important because you're exchanging your day, your life for it. And I did a video yesterday, didn't put it on Facebook, it's on YouTube. I didn't have time, but I did my video yesterday, I pumped it out. Did several videos on Sunday and lost my mind because I couldn't get my message out. But the fact is I want change in my life. I want to help other people have changes in their lives. Yesterday was Monday. How many of you guys went to work on, it's Monday, gosh, I wish it was already Friday. Or today's Tuesday, how many more days till Friday? It's Tuesday morning, gosh, okay, I can't wait till Wednesday because then that means I'm closer to Friday. You live for the weekends. And one thing that I've been learning and incorporating myself with and putting myself in contact with are people that don't have to worry about that. Doesn't matter whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. It does not matter because they've taken the time. They've learned to grow and develop. They learn to reach out to others, people that are way up there where they want to be, to learn, to read a lot, self-development, and surround themselves with like-minded people. So the question is today's Tuesday, it is August 6th, and what are you going to do today that's going to change tomorrow? If you are unhappy today, what are you going to do today that's going to have an effect tomorrow? And that's going to have effect on next week. That's going to have effect on next month, which could have a major effect on next year. And if you start now, if you start today, you start changing the waves, creating more waves, start changing the flow and the direction that you're heading, how powerful could it be that 1 year from today that your whole life could be different? And a lot of you I see that I've come in contact with, it's amazing because these people are doing day in, day out, doing videos, doing self-development, reaching out to others, saying, sharing their knowledge, saying, hey, I don't know at all. I'm not exactly where I'm at. But guess what? I'm going to do eat day in, day out to grow and grow and grow, to improve myself, to improve my life, to improve the life of my children, to improve the life of my children's children before they're even born. So anyways, that's what I want to ask you. What are you going to do today? Because remember, today, once it's gone, it's gone. You can't go back to yesterday to have an effect on today. Today is here. Today is right now. So what are you going to do today to have an influence on tomorrow? So anyways, hope you guys get a little message out of that. I want to say you guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are when you're watching it. Talk to you soon.